Yeah, whatever. Okay, so you can see I've got the same one that a couple other people on YouTube have gotten over the last few weeks. Capri Tools 88-piece master bit socket set. Now, if you pay attention to the channel, you'll know that I have some other videos on these bit socket sets. I have a few other bit socket sets from them, but nothing as expansive as this set. So I'll show you what's included in here, then I'm going to do some comparisons with some other things that I have and talk about competitive options, and then I'm going to make some final conclusions. I've taken a couple weeks really to think about this because it seemed straightforward to me at first, but then it didn't, but now it's kind of recrystallized in my mind. So I'll leave links for this in the description, Amazon links. It helps me out if you use those links. Doesn't cost you anything extra. If this is something you're interested in ordering, I'll leave a couple links down there in the description to this set and some others from Capri. Hold on just a minute. Okay, now again, Capri did send this to me for review, full disclosure. They didn't ask me for a positive review, a negative review. They didn't really specify. But in the interest of full disclosure, anytime they send me something for review and I don't have to pay for it, I like to tell you guys about it. That's kind of a YouTube standard. I'll just read here. You can see, I'll read off star sockets right up at the top. Those are also referred to as E-Torques, external torques. In 1/4-inch drive, they have E4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 3/8 drive 10, 12, 14, 16, and in 1/2-inch drive 18, 20, 22, and 24. So those sockets are along here. You see the larger ones, and up top here are the smaller ones. Then we get into the bit sockets for star or torques. I don't know why. Let me know in the description, or I'm sorry, in the comments section, why they differentiate. Sometimes you see them called stars, sometimes you see them called torques. I'd always heard them referred to as torques, but anyway, the bit sockets themselves for the torques up along here are the larger ones, and some of the smaller ones are down here. And then you see, well, I'll read off. 1/4-inch drive, T6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15, 20, 25, 27, and 30. And 3/8 drive, T40, 45, 50, 1/2-inch drive, T55, and T60. So a really wide selection of those. That's 15 pieces. Then the Hex Bit Sockets, and here's where you're going to want to pay attention because I'm going to come across with a comp later on. Well, this is an 88-piece set, and when you see this set, I try to find comparables. I'm kind of going to delve into what I'm going to talk about here in a minute more, but I try to find comparables, and most of these companies, they're smart. They don't want you to do a complete apples to apples price comparison when you're shopping for these, and so you will find this set has a little bit different stuff than like a set from, say, Carlisle or Blue Point or what else, Gear Wrench. But the Hex sockets in particular, the Hex Bit sockets, 16 pieces in metric, 1/4-inch drive, 2, 2.5, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 3/8 drive are 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then in 1/2-inch drive, 10, 12, 14, 17, and 19. So that's the metric. And then on the SAE side, in 1/4-inch drive, 8, 1/8 through 1/4 in 30 seconds. And 3/8 drive 7/32 through 3/8, 1/2-inch drive 7/16 to 3/4. So you're getting there in the Hex Bit sockets of the lower profile, standard depth. You're getting a total of 31 sockets. So remember that for later on. Then we get into the long star bits, 1/4-inch drive, 15 pieces total, T6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 15, 20, 25, 27, and 30. And then 3/8 drive T40, 45, and 50. Then 1/2-inch drive T55 and T60. And that's what, from here to here, and then some of these up here. Those are the sizes I just read off. Long hex bit sockets in 1/4 inch drive, 4, 5, and 6 millimeter, 3/8 drive, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then on the SAE side, 1/4 inch drive, 1/8 inch, 5/32, 3/16, and then 3/8 drive, 7/32, 1/4, 5/16, and 3/8. So I do want to note about these before I transition to the next point. The chrome on these is fantastic, and maybe I will do a comparison here in a minute with some stuff from this set. I featured this in another video. This is the 35-piece set. It looks to me like some of the engraving on the sockets is different. It leads me to believe they might not have been made in the same spot, but they are of equal quality. As far as the fit and finish, the steel is S2 steel. That's some really, really good. The sockets themselves are chrome vanadium. The chrome's really nice, but the S2 steel, that stuff is known for its extreme durability. So hold on, I'll come back with some comparisons, but before that, I'll tell you this case. Mobile mechanics out there, if you're looking for a set, I would probably go this direction just based on the case. You can see the clasps here. They are plastic, but this case, you know, it's got extra protection on the corners. This thing is really, really set up well for mobile mechanics. And if you're not a mobile mechanic, it's easy enough to remove these pins back here from the hinges. And you could store it flat in a toolbox. You could just store it in there flat like this. So they have this thing really well set up. But hold on a second. I want to show you a couple things. Okay, so here's part of what I was talking about for comparables. Carlisle, you guys know I'm a Carlisle fan. Their stuff's really, really nice. It does bear mentioning, though, Carlisle, most of this stuff made in Taiwan. Guess where Capri is made? Also Taiwan. Taiwan's coming up in the game. I gotta admit, their stuff, like, it's right up there with a lot of USA made stuff I've seen, German made, European. Taiwan's where it's at as far as I'm concerned. But from Carlisle, here is the 10 millimeter 3/8 drive 10 millimeter hex bit. This thing is 1.5 inches deep. Here's the Capri 3/8 drive 10 millimeter. This thing is 3/4 inch deep. You step up to the long from Capri, this is 2 3/4 inches deep. So, you know, when you try to compare sets, now number one, Carlisle, I'll say I think it's CHT BSH42. That's the closest set I could find. That was a 42-piece metric hex bit socket set. Regular price on that, $220. I think I just looked it up. It was on sale for $140. But these, I wanted to show you these because I think they're equal quality. If anything, to me, to my eye, the Capri seems a little bit nicer. And I don't, you know, if you're incredulous at me saying that, I don't blame you. But I've got to be honest, and Junkie has a lot of this stuff too, and he has a comparison video with the Capri stuff versus the Carlisle and the Blue Point sets. It's tough to do an apples to apples comparison because, like I said, it's hard to get the same socket count. But let me show you one more comparison. Hold on. Okay, so which is which? Well, you can see there we've got the Capri on the right, the Carlisle on the left. This is the T20 in 1/4 inch drive. You see there a little bit more chamfer maybe on the bit from the Carlisle on the left, but very, very similar. So let me come right back and I'll make my point. So here's the thing. I waited, like I said earlier on, I've waited a couple weeks to do a real review on this. because when I got it, that same day they sent it to me, I received it shipped to me, to my door. I looked online and the price on Amazon is $200. And I thought about it and I thought, for me, that's not worth it. Would I buy that for 200 bucks? Would I buy this set? And the answer had to be at the time, no, I wouldn't. Now, I'm not going to tell you it's not worth it, because is it worth it for you? Well, I can't answer that for you. I don't know your situation. I know my situation. I'm a DIYer, and the option, the best route to go for me personally, I would say, since I don't need all this stuff, I would probably buy some of these smaller sets from Capri. This is a 35-piece set. I spent about 24 bucks on it. If you're a DIYer, you can piece some of these smaller sets together and get what you need and not so much of what you don't need. But I've looked this up. The Carlisle set, like I said, was a 42-piece set, and all it was Hex, and it was over $200. $220 was the normal price. Blue Point has a set, an 84-piece set. The sale price on that, and yeah, I know, Snap-on truck, if it comes around to your job and is more convenient, I get it, but that set's 325 bucks. So it's all relative. Again, but on the low end, Gear Inch makes a set that I think is an 84-piece set. That set's around $120. So a lot of these tools that are of comparable quality, and I think the Capri is as good or better than any of those I just mentioned. Carlisle, Blue Point, Gear Inch, I would say better than Gear Inch. Probably, well, Junkie says he thinks the Capri stuff is nicer than the Carlisle or Blue Point. But, you know, there's a debate to be had there. The point is, it's all relative. If you're a professional technician, you look at a set like this with 88 pieces, and you think, $200? Wow, that's a great deal. You know, limited lifetime warranty. Yeah, you know, they do have to ship you out a replacement. They don't have a truck that comes around to you. They don't cater to you that much. But is it worth it for you? Yeah, if you're a professional, I could see it totally. Now, if you're a DIYer trying to save money, is a set like this going to be worth it for you? Well, it depends. For me personally, I'm kind of cheap, so, you know, like I said, I don't think I would. I don't think I would be in the market for that. But then again, I don't need all this stuff. I already have the, you know, cheaper sets. I pieced them together. So it's highly situational. It's just up to your personal situation. This stuff, great quality. Like I said, these longs in the larger sizes are 2 3/4 inches deep. The bit is the same length the entire way down. In these smaller sizes, it's those are actually 3-inch long. The bits themselves 3 inches long, and this stuff is really, really good. I've had great success with the smaller sets that I have. Is it as convenient as going and picking up Carlisle? Because Carlisle is going to be more expensive than this Capri stuff. It is. It's Carlisle stuff's probably not quite in line with Blue Point, but it's more expensive than the Capri. I will say this though, the Carlisle, if you get some more oddball thing that breaks on you and you try to warranty it, if your Napa doesn't have it, if you want it immediately, they're going to make you pay freight on it, shipped to their store, or they're going to back order it for you, and it's going to take, you know, who knows, a month and a half. So it's not all that straightforward. I would say for a DIYer, if you don't mind spending $200, this is probably, like, in terms of the quality, fit and finish, this is a really good deal. Young technicians, yeah, I'd hop on this, unless you want to spend money on the tool truck and you don't mind paying more for the added convenience of them coming to you. This set's a great set. I mean, I've got nothing bad to say about it. Like I said, initially I was a little bit taken aback at the price, but then I had to look, you know, is it worth it for me? Well, it's my own situation. So those are my thoughts on it. Let me know what you think down in the comments section. Is this something you would be in the market for? Do you think this would be right for you? Do you think I'm off base with any of my opinions? Like I said, check my links in the description. Make sure you visit onlinetoolvendors.com. Until then, ta-ta for now.